I don't have a very good setup right here, so I might cut my head off or I might cut the food off, but I'm gonna try to show you how to make a quick fathead pizza. So I've measured out 4 ounces of mozzarella cheese, shredded mozzarella cheese, and the first thing we're gonna wanna do is throw this into the microwave until it melts. I'm gonna hit it for about a minute because you don't wanna go too long at first. You might burn it, get it too hot. We just wanna get it pliable. So I'm gonna hit that for a minute, and then when it comes out, we're gonna, here it is. We're gonna use our spatula to apply it to make sure it's pliable, and when it is, we're gonna add 1 egg, and then to that, we're going to add about 3/4 of a cup of almond flour to a cup. It's really going to depend on just how moist it is and just how much flour you need. You can kind of play with it and adjust. I've found that 3/4 of a cup to a cup is pretty good. And so when it comes out of the microwave, it should be hot and, well, it's probably tough to see there because of that light. What's a white bowl? It might be tough to see, sorry guys. But you're gonna want it pliable. That's not quite there yet, so I'm gonna hit it for another 20 seconds. One thing you want to be careful about when it comes out, if it's too hot and you add that egg in there, you're gonna have like scrambled eggs. So you don't want it to be too hot. It looks about right. It's like really white, so it's tough for me to show you, but the egg is gonna cool it down pretty quickly, which may make it not very pliable anymore. So then you might have to throw it back into the microwave. But you want to be very careful at that point because obviously you got raw egg in there. You don't want scrambled eggs. And it looks like that's exactly what I'm gonna have to do, is put it back in. I'm just gonna hit it for about 10-15 more seconds here. We do want the cheese to fully incorporate with the eggs. Okay, now I am going to try something with this. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. And I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic powder and then a little bit of oregano. Just want to try something new with my crust. All right, so now that's all pliable and incorporated together. Now I'm going to add my almond flour. I'm not using measuring cups, guys, because I've done this really a lot of times, and it's really not too crazy of a science. So I'm just gonna eyeball it until I feel it's got the right consistency. And then you might need to get in there with your hands or with a glove to fully get it to come together like the dough. And you can do this probably in like a KitchenAid if you need to, or use a hand mixer. Whatever you guys got on hand, guys. This is just the way I do it. I'm gonna add just a little bit more almond flour here. And I use the almond flour from Hy-Vee called Full Circle. It is the lowest carb almond flour that I've been able to find. It's only 3 grams of carbs per serving, and a serving is a 1/4 cup, where most of them are actually only a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons. So it's pretty low in carbs. All right, looks like our dough looks really good actually. So now you're gonna wanna get a piece of parchment paper. I'm gonna spray it with some coconut oil. You may want to wet your hands. It might be easier to handle the dough if you do. And I'm just going to kind of treat it just like dough, kneading it a little bit to get it to be a ball like this. And that's kind of the consistency that you want. And so I'm just going to kind of treat it like a pizza dough, guys. So stretch it out. You can do this whatever, however you're more comfortable. If you got a rolling pin, just spray your rolling pin so that it doesn't stick. But you could just set it on the parchment paper and just flatten it out. Or use some people I've seen use a peanut butter jar in order to roll it out like a rolling pin. Just use what you got, guys. Do what you gotta do. All right, so there's our dough now. And I got my pan heating up here. I'm gonna hit it with some olive oil spray. Now you can bake this in the oven if you want, 350, 375 for, you know, like anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. You just want to keep checking it. I've found that I can just do it in the skillet pretty easily, so that's what I'm gonna do. So we're just gonna let that go in there. So we just got that cooking in there. I'll let that sucker cook a little bit. We are actually gonna let it cook for a little while because you want it to be pretty crisp, like a crust, not soggy. So I let it cook for quite a bit on one side till it gets nice and crispy, and then I'll flip it for just a little bit, maybe just another minute or two. And then I'll flip it back over, and that's when I'm gonna build my pizza with the toppings and everything. So what I'm gonna use today, guys, is some more mozzarella cheese, shredded mozzarella cheese, some pepperonis, full fat, of course. And then I'm gonna throw some jalapeños on there. I think that sounds pretty good. And then I'm going to brush it with a little bit of olive oil, or I'll probably use some avocado oil, and hit it with a little more garlic powder, the crust, before I build the pizza, because I'm trying something different this time. So something I didn't mention before is you can poke some holes in it just like you would a dough to keep it from bubbling up. I don't really have that big of an issue with it. I'm not super picky, and I kind of like the inconsistencies in the dough. Something that I'm gonna try soon is I'm gonna try to do it calzone style, because I think you could do it with the same dough, the same ingredients, and do it calzone style. So I think that'd be cool. I haven't had one of those in a really long time, and I miss them, to be honest. So, all right, I think we're just about ready. I'm gonna see if I still got it, guys. See if I can flip this sucker. Well, not quite, but you see how golden brown that is? That's the color that I like to get on it. You can get it darker or lighter, whatever your preference is. And then I'm just gonna cook it for a little bit longer. It's kind of hot. A little bit longer on the other side. Then we're gonna flip back over and we're gonna build it. You guys, that's like the worst luck ever. I'm sorry about that. Somehow my camera just stopped recording out of nowhere. That's pretty stupid. And I built the pizza and it didn't even record me doing it. Anyways, when the crust is done, it's golden brown, it's crispy the way you want it. I put some Rayos marinara on there, spread that. It's about a 1/4 cup. You can use more if you'd like, because it is super low carb marinara sauce. So just use whatever you would like on that. And then I put some pepperonis down, a little bit of summer sausage because I didn't have regular sausage, and I hit it with some more mozzarella cheese, and then I put some more pepperonis and jalapeños on top of that. And then I'll put the lid back on the skillet so that it can all melt together, and this is what it looks like when you're all done. Now, when that comes out and it's done, I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of garlic powder on top. And some oregano. And I really just found that that really enhances the flavor a lot, and I like it. So we are going to attempt to get this out of our skillet onto our cutting board. Pretty hot. There you go. So, again, I'm really sorry that we missed some steps in there. I had shown myself building it, and I'm pretty bummed out because I've been looking forward to doing this for you guys, but Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, this is what it looks like. Pretty delicious. So I'm gonna let that rest for a little bit, and then I'm gonna cut it up, and I'm gonna eat it with some ranch and a little Parmesan cheese, guys. So I hope you did enjoy this video. Let me know how the recipe works out for you. If you liked it, make sure you hit that thumbs up, guys. Click that bell so you get future notifications of videos I'm doing. I'm gonna try to do these cook-alongs more often, and share my videos on your social media outlets, please. It'll help me to grow this channel. And also, if you haven't joined our Facebook group, guys, you are more than welcome to come over to my Facebook group and join. I always link it in the description. It's just a good, great community of ketoers who offer information, just their experiences, their journeys, and recipes, and just share things with each other. So, all right, guys, life's too short, so have a fantastic night.